What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review, the Fallout show from Bound for Glory last Saturday. What do they have planned in the aftermath of last Saturday's pay-per-view? And if you want to go check out my review of that pay-per-view, go check it up right now. Bound for Glory 2020 review. A lot to say about that show from Saturday, so go check that out. But what is going to now happen in the aftermath and what follows up from Bound for Glory on Saturday? After the video package was showed from highlights, they showed Eric Young beating up Rich Swann in the back, pretty much beating him up all the way back to the arena, or where the ring is, as Swann ended up fighting back after Eric Young had missed the title belt on him. They basically kept brawling. Eric Young had got control of him then until referees and security broke it up. Scott D'Amore, who gets way too much TV time on this show, like I said about a couple times before, and trust me, this isn't the last time you'll see him. He gets a lot of TV time, like a lot of TV time, okay? He came out and sent Eric Young to the back. Eric Young wanted his rematch right now. Scott D'Amore said no, but Swann says, I'll do it right now. He wants to do it, and D'Amore said, you sure? And he says, yeah, do it. So basically the title was going to be on the line. World title, Eric Young and Rich Swann. Which, by the way, Swann didn't even have any shoes on during this match also, but this didn't really go long. I was surprised they wouldn't wait to the main event of this whole thing, but they're going to do a world title match right now, which Swann ended up hitting that lethal injection and the Phoenix Splash again for the win. I don't know, man. Something was kind of odd about this. I don't know why. And I figured it would be a rematch and everything, and they want to make, Swann a fighting champion, because, come on, they wouldn't take the belt off the guy as soon as he won it, but, even my friend Steven said that, you look at that match last Saturday, any of these two guys, which I'll give Eric Young a little bit more promise of being a main eventer than, Swann. And I like Swann and everything, but does he scream world champion to you at the same time? Like, if you watch the show and the way they built them up, then you could say, yeah, I said that like over kind of like last year, instead of them doing that whole Tessa thing when they did that gauntlet match about a year ago. I think almost a year ago, going in hard to kill. He had like that star-making performance, and people were saying he should have been the world champion and whatnot. But given how Eric Young has just been, on a roll lately, I even said before, I probably would have kept the belt on the guy to keep him going and whatnot as the champion, because he's been doing a lot of great heel stuff. But I was surprised it was so quick. I don't think this is over. I don't think they will move on from it that fast, given on what was seen right here. So not really sure how to feel about this all the way, but they still gave Swann the win. I just didn't think they would do this at the beginning of the show. Okay. Next they had Caleb Conley and I guess the rest of the Knockouts locker room waiting at a door, or Scott D'Amore's office, I assume, to talk about this Knockouts tag title tournament, which is going to happen in the next 3 weeks. Basically, they told that, Tosh Steels and Kiera Hogan, told Alicia that you don't have any friends around here, which she says, I can get a partner because, half the women are teams already. And Jordan Grace says, she has friends, okay? And how about we go in the ring tonight? Alicia did some singing. I don't know what she was singing. I guess she's teaming with Jordan Grace now. Brian Myers went against Road Warrior, Tommy Dreamer in a hardcore Halloween match. Which, given Halloween is this week, I guess we got to have some type of Halloween theme on this show. Well, yeah, Dreamer was just dressed as him. This is basically a street fight, especially what you see from Tommy Dreamer many times. At one point he was trying to pick up a trash can, get in the ring, but it was really heavy for some reason. This was a brawl, and, Dreamer, I know he got some candy corn at one point, but he had thumbtacks mixed with the candy corn, which makes some sense. Which I know they got to the top rope and Dreamer's pushed him onto the candy corn and whatnot. Dreamer got a table in the ring. Myers pretty much got him and took him down. But then who crawls out of a trash can? It's Swoggle there, folks. Which I guess he had like some cooking tongs and grabbed Brian Myers in the nuts as Tommy Dreamer did a Death Valley drive on him through the table for the win. Okay, I'm surprised this feud is still going too. Okay, street fight, but I guess it fixed the holiday thing, which wasn't the worst thing. Trust me, some people go over the limit with the holiday theme stuff. I don't know why Brian Myers is losing to Tommy Dreamer right here, especially if you're trying to make him into a new guy right now. Because, come on, he was in enough joke matches in WWE. He doesn't need to be... Which, yeah, I guess he somewhat have it out because, you know, Swoggle was out there. But still. Sorry for that little delay right there. I don't know. Mike was acting up for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. Had to knock it a couple times. Like it just went mute on me. Never mind that, though. Moving on, as I said, don't know if Myers should just be losing right here. Like, say he had it out, but you're trying to keep him away from the joke matches. If you want to make him to, like, this, you know, whole professional, well, most professional wrestlers. So, where are you going with this at the same time, though? But still, I assume this feud is going to continue between Myers and Dreamer one way or another. Do I really need to see Hornswoggle on my TV? Not really, to be honest. They interviewed Rhino and Heath Slater. Since Rhino won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, he said they will be going for the tag team titles once Heath is healthy. Like I said, there were reports about Heath being injured at the pay-per-view last Saturday when he was in the ring. And, you know, Heath said he's got that contract now. His contract, we're going to be getting the millions. They were asking if he was feeling. He said he feels great, even though, you know, he looked hurt. Rhino says, yeah, we're just going to, he's fine. He's all good, even though he's kind of hurt right now. They just kind of played it off that he's still good. I don't know how legit his injury is in that, or this is a storyline in it is. So, not really sure, but it was reported that he was legitimately hurt last Saturday. Next, Father Bob was walking until Reno Scum pretty much hemmed him up. Hernandez wanted his wad of cash back. Bob said, I don't got it no more. He gave the money to Johnny Bravo. And, you know, Bob had they checked him if it was under his shirt and whatnot. So, I guess he didn't have it. And he said that, you know, well, they did have the wad of cash in his trunks or whatnot. No, he had the wad of cash once they walked away. So he had a bad feeling about this thing with Havoc bringing back James Mitchell Knight. Nevaeh says she has a bad feeling about this. The Rascals went against Team Triple XL, which the Rascals immediately went in on Triple XL. This wasn't a bad tag match. Okay, it actually wasn't. Now, I don't know how many losses they've been giving to the Rascals lately. I feel like they've been taking a lot more L's than usual. Or it's either 50-50 booking with the lower tag teams, if you ask me, every other week since they almost face each other. Like, and just, you know, in some type of number or fashion. This was not bad, and Team Triple XL got the win. Wasn't bad at all. And whatnot. Now, because they do need some more tag teams in the upper part. Because it's almost like the tag teams are separate. You have the upper card of the tag teams and the lower card. The upper card, you probably would just put the Guns, the Good Brothers, the North, and even I'd say Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. But in the lower card, you have the Deaners, Team Triple XL, the Rascals, and Reno Scum. So it looks like they're trying to move one of these teams up right now. Scott D'Amore was, once again, still on TV, talking with Deonna Purrazzo and her lawyer, barrister, or barista. I don't know who this guy even was. Basically saying there was an injunction now for the Knockouts title because of the whole Sue Young thing. And I guess he's going to go to the ring right now to take care of it. The Motor City Machine Guns were being interviewed as Alex Shelley's neck was hurt. And he may be hurting for about 2 months. So apparently he had more nagging neck injuries. That's why they had to do that thing on Saturday and he wasn't in the match. And, you know, they said it was the North that did this. But they said that they never lost the titles, even though they never pinned. So they still want those belts once Shelley is healthy. Next thing you know, EC Romero came in and he says, you know, we've been destroying everybody around here, which I wouldn't say everybody. And they talked about we should be the #1 contenders for the tag titles. As Sabre says, why don't you guys go look for snacks right now? This is no more time for jokes. Why don't you guys be smart enough protecting your necks and maybe you be going somewhere? And he says, why don't you guys go? This is our interview time. Team Triple XL ended up squishing Shelley and Sabre and tried to fight him off. And they called, you know, for help then. So I guess they're trying to make Team Triple XL at least some, I wouldn't say top team yet, but some type of heel team. If they can get them somewhere up into the upper card of the tag team, then I'm fine with all that. Next, Scott D'Amore. Too much TV time. Basically talked about this legal threat and, you know, called Deonna Purrazzo. Her lawyer came out. Basically, the lawyer said that since Kylie Ray did not show up, and I don't even know what still the deal was at yet, unless someone already reported or whatever happened to her why she didn't show up on the show last Saturday. basically said we're gonna sue, legal fees, we'll drag this out. We're gonna, basically take all the money and whatnot. Scott Demore said, hey man, I'm not gonna be threatened by some stream bang I could slap in the face, and told Deanna like, you wouldn't go to court and take a long time, or you can do what you wanted to do and fight for the title again and get your rematch and whatnot. And basically, I guess her lawyer agreed on those terms, so Su Yung came out, destroyed the lawyer and Kimberly with the mandible claw, missed it, Scott Demore. Deanna tried to attack her, but she ended up getting hit with the mandible claw too. So basically, next week, Bound for Glory rematch with Deanna Purrazzo and Su Yung. I doubt that they take the title off of Su Yung, given that she just won it on Saturday, or maybe something different for all I know. I'm not really sure, so we'll see what happens with that. Rich Swann was celebrating with the Rascals in the Mac, win the title and everything until Moose showed up. He says, second best you are right now. As he's still carrying around that TNA title, that he's the real champion. And listen, I know you came from a poor upbringing and you're just happy with any sort of success. And, so what do you mean by that? Yeah, you're just happy to get any type of goal you want. As Rich Swann tried to attack him, the Rascals held him back. He said, this ain't about money, man. This ain't about money. And Matt came in and says, all right, man, what you want to do? And he called him a sidekick and everything. And, if we want to do this right now, we can do this right now. It looks like I got a phone call. Let's hold for a second, folks. But other than that phone call I just had to take care of, let's not pay attention to that and everything. Like I said, Matt called him, not Mac, but Moose called him a sidekick, and Mac said, you want to do this right now? Moose said, we'll do this on my time, all right? But the Swan was, calming down, walking away. Next thing you know, he walks into another problem. Sami Callihan and Ken Shamrock. Callihan says, little brother, it's good to see you again. I'm sure we remember all that story. And he said, you're going to be hearing from us again. So you have that goal right now, but I want it. Once again, I said this before, Sami Callihan never got his rematch for the title. Get him somewhere in the title picture, okay? He never got his rematch, and he still needs to get his rematch, okay? Next, the North were gloating about their title win. Gallows and Anderson came in. Paige said that you guys were a waste of money to bring in here. And, they mocked Ethan Page on Crichton. Page slapped him. It was a bit of a brawl, so they pulled him apart. Jimmy Jacobs was, I guess, talking to Rohit Raju, talking about, I guess, some party backstage as he talked about his win on Saturday. But Jimmy Jacobs said you basically stole it and whatnot. Just stealing the win, basically, as Rohit told him to get out of here then. Next, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz went against Jordan Grace and Alicia Edwards. Not a bad match, I should say, maybe because it was different teams this time, but not a bad match. I am looking forward to this Knockouts title tournament in the next 3 weeks. So, like I said before, I'm glad they finally got something to fight for now with all this talent they've got in the Knockouts division, especially the tag teams they have in the women's division, which is very solid right now. So, I think that's going to be really good. But this is not a bad tag match. Now, I know they basically just made up Jordan Grace and Alicia Edwards, but they had a miscommunication out there. Tasha Steelz ended up giving Alicia Edwards like the roll-up win for the win. So Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan won right here as Jordan Grace and Alicia Edwards started pushing. They were pissed in, pushing at each other then right after that. So not a bad tag match, I should say. But like I said before, the tag titles are coming soon. 3 weeks until this tournament, all right? Rosemary, I guess, was in the back. Taya pretty much, saying you want to do this wedding and everything. Johnny Bravo's been acting differently lately, so they were going to go through that. But they did this wedding, which they've been promoting for the past few weeks to end this show, which they had, I guess, some of the roster out there. And it's Halloween week, so we have to make everything dark and spooky. Folks coming out with marshmallow costumes and Johnny Bravo's, I don't know, being some type of someone from the 80s, Miami Vice. I don't even know how half these guys were even dressed as, honestly. Rosemary came out with Crazy Steve, which was actually made some sense in a way due to they were in the same group together as Decay. So that actually made sense. She looked like Beetlejuice for some reason. James Mitchell, I guess, was back from the dead. He said, if you want to say anything, speak now, forever hold your peace. But they said, oh, nobody's going to say anything. and they both said what they had to say. I guess the vows and whatnot. Um, Sound like the Adams family at one point, and Rosemary talked her stuff, and I guess they brought in the rings, and they did the I do's, and even James Mitchell said, "No, nobody's gonna do anything, huh? No one's gonna do nothing." And then next thing you know, the lights go out. It's some gunshot being heard or something, and then next thing you know, Johnny Bravo's on the ground. I guess he's shot, and Tommy Dreamer said, "Who shot Bravo?" No! Okay, what am I watching here? Is this some type of a murder mystery or something? I don't have a lot to say about this whole wedding thing. I'm surprised this was the end of the show. It honestly wasn't really that good, especially the ending here. And it honestly made no sense. Okay, and like the last wedding angle they did was with what, Brian Cage and Melissa Santos, which that's actually real, but I remember they did that wedding thing on there, and it actually made some sense given that Bound for Glory was coming, and the whole Sami Callihan world title thing. That actually made some sense, but I don't know where to take of this. Like, I don't. I want this storyline to end now because I don't even know where this is going. Like, we went through the Wrestle House stuff. Taya needs to be back in the title contender or something, or at least just have Rosemary and Taya still go for those tag belts or something. Get something with this, but the whole, now we're doing a murder mystery now of who shot Bravo. Like, what is this? Who shot JR or something? Is this who shot Mr. Burns from The Simpsons now or something? Like, well, what is this? Like, I've watched The Simpsons. This is like what's going to be one of those things of who shot him. And this is something I would see on Lucha Underground for some reason. I don't know why, but I would see this type of thing on Lucha Underground. So the whole ending was not really good, and they have to bring James Mitchell back from the dead, but I kind of want them to end this story and kind of move on from this. So I don't know what to take from that ending segment all the way. I didn't mind the rest of the show, but the ending was just kind of off and everything. I do like that Swan has multiple challengers coming for him. And I know it's kind of odd that they showed Mac walking in the parking lot, basically getting set up right there, getting caught lacking, trying to take a picture, and Moose hit him and took the camera and walked off then. So, something happened with that. But I guess we'll find out next week or whoever's going to go on with that. And like I said, I guess EY still going for the title and Callahan and others. So like I said, they really are trying to set up people to go after Swan. I still don't think Swan, I don't know if Swan may have a long title run in that. Some people believe he may lose it by the next pay-per-view at Hard to Kill in January. So we'll see what happens with that, okay? But, other than that, other than the ending segment, I wasn't the biggest fan of. And the only other thing I'm not the biggest fan of the show is too much Scott D'Amore on TV, okay? I know he's supposed to be an authority figure, but he's getting too much TV time. Way too much TV time. I'd rather see Don Callis on here. The only time you really get Don Callis is on pay-per-views, okay? So that's my thought on this whole Fallout show and everything. So it sets up a couple new things here and there, but it's still a continuation of stuff. But those mostly the two things I did not like the most on this show, okay? Other than that, though, I'm done with this review. Follow me on Twitter at HoodandKnight890. Tell me what you think about tonight's Impact, especially the fallout from Bound for Glory. Are you looking up forward to anything? I'll say also, it's surprised they brought Hornswoggle back more for this stuff, but I'm sure people are really hoping to see James Storm on here again, or even Daivari, but Storm may have been a one-time thing for all I know. I'm not really sure, but I guess we can find out and see, okay? Other than that, though, that's my review of Impact tonight. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.